Hey, a little sick right now, but I'll try my best anyways. We all know horror games, right? Some are super high quality, some have less than minimum effort put into it, and some are just okay at best. But the specific type that not a lot of people use on Roblox. This type is also known as PS1 horror games. This is also known as retro games, but I'm going to be referring to it as PS1 type games since that's the style they're mostly going for. These games have a unique type of model style that can only be described as unsettling and classic. Now, the main reason why people can't really create this style regularly inside of Roblox is because this style is incredibly hard to make and then modified like a really updated engine, basically. Roblox Studio is mainly meant in trying to go for super high quality type games that you can't really try to downgrade it to make it look super retro. So that's why you don't see a lot of games like these on the Roblox platform. But occasionally you will see some. For the longest time, these types of games remained as my favorites without a doubt though. However, recently these types of games have just slowed down. A few years ago, I just kind of forgot about them. That wasn't until I found out about a cool Minecraft mod known that tried to make the game look unsettling and creepy by turning Minecraft into a super retro game that makes it look like it came out yesterday. That got me thinking, I could do something like this to Undertale Last Corridor, one of my favorite Roblox games for a while now. I can't actually mod the game since that's not how Roblox games works, so I'll be creating my own type of Sans Serifs game inspired by Undertale Last Corridor. This won't be an easy task, as I need to basically recreate the core functions of ULC from scratch, come up with attack movesets, model everything, animate characters, and blah blah blah. So I think it would be a nice start to split this into individual episodes of progress. Today I've decided to focus on playing the game and do some modeling. If you want to support this game, I highly recommend you join my Discord server for it, where I'll try to give updates in timely fashion. This will be in the link of the description. Link in the description? Okay. So what exactly is the plan? Well, there are a few things that are necessary for a PS1 style game, which I've just thought of a name for it. Undertale Dream. The reason why is because PS games usually give it that vibe of like a warped kind of dream, like a hallucination sorta. So anyways, there's a lot that's necessary for PS1 style game, like PS1 styled models, PS1 styled attacks, PS1 styled music, and so much more. But the most important thing we focus on is the models and music, both which I'm not very good at, at all. Luckily, I have some experience in both subjects, so I'm sure it won't be that bad, right? I think it's important to outline the first step, which is model making. Model making is not really something I do, but in this case I kind of have to. Originally I was just going to commission someone to make a model, but I decided that I won't properly learn if I do. So might as well just give modeling a shot. Just to learn basics, Blender's basic mechanics, aside the first model I was going to make was a bone. Papyrus bone, sans bone, doesn't really matter, I was just trying to make a bone kind of shape. This turned out to be a pretty easy thing to do though, and this kind of taught me how to properly mirror. I struggled a little bit on a few tad parts, but exporting and importing it was incredibly easy, and the bone is already done. Needless to say, I think it looks pretty okay to me. Might be changed in the future, but it looks fine for now. Decided to take a step up and model the main guy, which was a terrible mistake. I quickly grasped a cool modifier that turns my part into a low polysphere type shape, but I heavily abused this immediately. Pretty much every part from this model is purely made from that because I have no idea how to make something basic and PS1-like without this. Anyways, I made the torso, connected the back part, and quickly realized I had to start making the limbs, which were so much harder. I was trying to figure out a way to make the pants first, but it just kind of seemed so complicated. I tried using a cylinder to make the pants, since that's kind of what Sans' pants looked like, they needed, but I couldn't figure out how to make it fit. I tried adding a modifier to it, but just looked incredibly ugly with it. In the end, I just decided to duplicate the part I used for the shoulder, and it seemed to fit a lot better. Did the exact same things to them to make the legs and slippers. I wish I could call myself lazy, but I quite literally could not figure out any other way in my pea-sized brain to make this without screwing up the style. I did the limbs, which were fairly simple since the hands are hidden in the pockets, and after that, I exported everything over to Roblox Studio to color it and see how it looks. Here is the final results. This feels like that scene in Wreck-It Ralph where they spend all that time building a cart and it just looks dog shit in the end. That's such a cool image in my mind, and for certain it did not look like this one bit. So, what do I do now? This Sans model looks incredibly ugly. I'm not using this. Simple. Go commission a model on the Hidden Devs Discord server and pretend like that model never happened. I just commissioned it and sent it today, so there's no responses currently, but I'm sure next update log will get something and I'll be able to work on maps and maybe actually start coding the game. Anyways, that's kind of it for now. I was trying to super duper, push this, video out before until its 8th anniversary or 9th, but it just seemed like there was too much happening, and it's just like, I need to kind of get this out now, so whatever. If you want to support this, subscribe and join the Discord server below, since it usually helps me out a lot, gives me a lot of motivation. Thanks for watching, I think.